And back to our top story. After 20 months, the NTSB reveals its findings report on the last year's tragic Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse, as investigators point to a single loose wire as the catalyst for the disaster.
We're talking about a very small component here, and this is what caused all the problems.
Tonight, the NTSB is also warning that other bridges across the nation face similar risks, including the Bay Bridge. Meantime, we're learning that the cost of building a new bridge in Baltimore is skyrocketing.
We have team coverage. Mackenzie Frost shows us how high that price tag is.
But we begin with Rebecca Pryor. She listened into today's NTSB hearing and is live to bring us the very latest as what was said. Rebecca.
Yeah, Mary and Kai, today federal investigators describing the perfect storm that led to what they call a preventable tragedy. First, they walked through what went wrong. Then they dove into what needs to change to prevent it from happening again. What began as a split-second flicker, ending in the unthinkable. The collapse of one of Maryland's most iconic bridges, claiming the lives of 6 construction workers who had no warning and no chance to escape. Almost 2 years later.
Fact is, none of us should be here today. This tragedy should have never occurred.
The NTSB revealing its long-awaited findings. Federal investigators saying something shockingly small plunged the massive vessel into darkness. A single loose wire among thousands on board.
When a gap occurred between the ferrule and the spring clamp face, the electrical circuit was interrupted, leading to a blackout on the dolly.
How could a single loose wire do this? It was this specific wire and its location was the reason why the breaker tripped.
3 days before the disaster, the dolly switchboard visually inspected, but not scanned with infrared technology. Investigators claiming had more modern methods been used, the loose signal wire may have been identified. And yet,
they have not updated their SMS to incorporate more detailed inspections. They have not, no.
That's very concerning.
But that was only the beginning. Following the first blackout, a second, triggered by the misuse of a flushing pump meant for cleaning to supply fuel to the dolly's diesel generators. Also slowing response times, the dolly's high voltage breakers in manual mode rather than automatic, which
it would have shortened the duration of the initial underway blackout from 58 seconds to 10 seconds, providing more time for the crew to attempt to recover critical systems.
And more time to warn the construction crews working to fill potholes above. The NTSB finding the workers had exchanged information with MDTA officers, but in the chaos, police never called them. The NTSB now recommending new safety standards include a better warning system, such as installing roadside hazards to alert motorists when a threat is detected. Another key recommendation, bridge owners should adjust vulnerability assessment calculations based on modern vessel traffic. This image comparing the dolly to a cargo vessel that struck the bridge in 1980, causing minimal damage. But with the expansion of global trade comes bigger ships and higher risk. Under today's standards, investigators finding the Key Bridge was nearly 30 times above the acceptable risk threshold for a catastrophic collapse. And it's not alone. The NTSB asking 68 bridge owners nationwide to undergo a new safety assessment. All have responded, but only 35 have completed their calculations. So far, 13 deemed safe and 22 at risk, including both spans of the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. In looking at the numbers, board members addressing the 6 victims' families several times throughout the hours-long hearing.
Your loved ones should still be with us today. Please know that as a result of this investigation, we will continue to advocate for the full implementation of all the safety recommendations adopted today.
And these findings will almost certainly surface again in court. The families of the deceased victims, the state, and even the U.S. Justice Department have all filed lawsuits against the dolly's owner and operator. Reporting live in Baltimore, Rebecca Pryor, Fox 45 News.
I'm Mary Bubala. Thank you for watching. Here's another video for you to watch. Also take some time to subscribe to our YouTube channel.